Greetings, I'm Michael Behrman, Superintendent of Harbor Springs Public Schools. For the past 2 years, we have been assessing our educational facilities and making plans to assure that they are up to date and in good repair. The assessments we've conducted have presented us with some efficiency and best practice options that we would like to discuss with you. As a matter of background, I'd like to preface my remarks with 2 statements. First, we are planning to place a bond proposal on the May 2022 ballot. Second, we are committed to presenting voters with a ballot proposal that will not increase the current tax rate. In fact, it's important to note that over the past 9 years, the school district has steadily lowered its debt millage tax rate, including this past July when we reduced it by 1/10 of a mil. After considering our enrollment projections and the facilities assessments prepared by the consulting firm Plant Moran Cressa, as well as an analysis by the architect firm French & Associates, the Board of Education evaluated several options for our future. I'd appreciate hearing your opinions about the option currently under consideration. In summary, the option being considered has 7 components. Component number 1 is to keep Blackbird online as an early childhood center dedicated to serving our growing preschool and child care populations. This component was finalized after considering various options for the Blackbird facility. The Board of Education even considered closing and demolishing the facility. However, given that our preschool and child care populations are growing, board members felt that leaving Blackbird open would allow us to serve these populations and in the future enable us to pursue additional uses for the facility that would benefit our community. Component number 2 calls for reconstructing a new K-4 38,000 square foot elementary school to replace the Shea facility. This component would allow the school district to house all of its elementary students in a single facility and maintain the small class sizes our community values. The new building would also allow for the construction of a larger gym with a full-size basketball court for additional practice space, gym classes, and activities. Renovation of the current Shea facility was considered, but dismissed because renovations would be limited by the structure of the building. Component 3 calls for remodeling Harbor Springs Middle School and maintaining it as a grade 5 through 8 facility. The rationale for this component is pretty straightforward. The middle school is almost 20 years old, and many items and systems require end-of-life updates. This component would permit renovations that will update the school and position it for the future. Component number 4 calls for remodeling and expanding Harbor Springs High School to serve students in grades 9 through 12. This component calls for expanding the high school by approximately 10,000 square feet. The expansion would include a new barrier-free accessible entrance to the main lobby of the Performing Arts Center and athletic facilities, as well as new instructional spaces for music instruction. Many systems and infrastructure renovations are needed throughout the building since it was last remodeled 20 years ago. Component number 5 calls for improving the parking and traffic flow configuration at Harbor Springs High School. Currently, the traffic flow at the high school is inefficient and the parking lot has limited capacity to serve demand. This component will enhance traffic flow, increase parking lot capacity, and provide for improved safety of our students and community members. Component number 6 calls for installing synthetic turf at Ottawa Stadium. According to the Michigan High School Athletic Association, synthetic turf is becoming more common at the high school level because it is safer for student athletes, resulting in lower injury rates. In addition, synthetic turf allows increased use of the athletic field by multiple school and community groups while reducing maintenance costs. Component number 7 provides for updates to the community pool to make it more usable. It's common knowledge that aging mechanical systems and related repairs have resulted in frequent shutdowns of the pool. The updates being proposed will assure that this community gem is well maintained and fully operational well into the future. In summary, We believe that the bond proposal we are considering will improve our school district, address our changing demographics and other environmental factors, and provide Harbor Springs Public Schools with the flexibility to continue providing quality education and programming well into the future. Having said that, administration and members of the Board of Education would appreciate it if you would take a few minutes to tell us what you think about the bond proposal that's being considered by completing a brief survey. Thank you so very much, and go Rams!